Oh, happy day, happy day. The Philadelphia Phillies came back from a day off on Monday and they got a series opening win against the Atlanta Braves, their NL East rivals. They shut them out 2-0 to open up this three-game series at Citizens Bank Park, bouncing back from a tough loss on Sunday to the A's. Great to see. This is Phillies Daily. I'm your host, Mike Hennelly. Make sure you guys subscribe for more Phillies content from yours truly. Obviously, when somebody like Bryce Harper gets hurt, gets hit, whatever happens, the world stops because he is a franchise player. He is a face of Major League Baseball. He's the Phillies' best player. And yesterday, in that series opening game, in the very first inning, his first at-bat of the game, Bryce Harper took a 95-mile-per-hour fastball to his right elbow, his surgically repaired elbow. Let that, sink in for a second. He obviously felt that. It hurt. He went down in pain. He ended up leaving that ball game in the first inning after getting hit by Spencer Strider of the Atlanta Braves. Spencer Strider, before he missed most of last season with a elbow injury himself, arm injury, he is one of the best starting pitchers through his early MLB career. But so far, through his first three starts, including yesterday in that loss to the Phillies, he's had command issues. And it wasn't his first time hitting a batter this year in 2025. He had like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 hit batters through his first 2 starts at 2025. But, yesterday he hit Bryce Harper, and the Phillies fans let Spencer Strider absolutely hear it. They were booing him like crazy. They hit the superstar, the face of the Phillies. And, they also let Spencer Strider, he's got a history with Phillies fans. He had some quote, whether, he meant it or not, jokingly around, I don't know. But he did come out saying a few years back that the MLB should get rid of fans in the playoffs, or just fans in general, because they're too loud. Phillies fans obviously jumped on that quote because the Phillies were set to play their rival Braves in the playoffs. And they absolutely let him hear it and made his life a living, what. It was torture for him. They let him hear it. He struggled against them. And he's kind of just, they hate him around here. That's just how it is. And they absolutely let Spencer Strider hear it when Bryce Harper took that 95-mile-per-hour fastball to his right elbow and left the game. Fortunately, though, Bryce Harper did get x-rays on that elbow. They came back negative. So that's good news. Who knows if he's going to be in the lineup today as of now for Wednesday's Game 2 against the Braves, if there even is a game. It's been raining in the Philadelphia area. I think it's scheduled to rain throughout most of the day, if not the entire day. So there might not be a game, but if there is, Bryce Harper remains to be seen if he's going to be in the lineup. Like I said, x-rays were negative, so hopefully he is fine. But it was to that surgically repaired right elbow. Obviously, that's going to hurt a lot. So it all depends on his mobility and what he can do with the bat, with his arm, whatever. We'll see. Just thankfully, Bryce Harper avoided anything serious, it looks like, which is great. Also, which is great, the Philadelphia Phillies bounced back, like I said, got a 2-0 shutout win to open up that series against the Braves. They lost 5-4 to the A's on Sunday after winning 9 straight games before that. So they did bounce back from that loss after a day off. Got a huge win, huge close victory against a pretty good Braves team. Obviously, they're rivals. They play each other well. They know each other well. So just a really good bounce back from the team overall. Also, just a really good bounce back from certain players, specifically certain relievers who struggled in their last appearances. First, Matt Strahm, the Phillies All-Star from last year, the lefty in the bullpen. He allowed 2 hits and 2 runs against the A's on Sunday in that 5-4 loss. The Phillies were leading 4-3 in the 8th inning when Strahm came in, and he ended up blowing that game, obviously, and they lost 5-4. He let up those 2 runs to let the A's take the lead. Uncharacteristic from Strahm. It happens. You're not going to be perfect every game, especially as a reliever. So good to see him bounce back in yesterday's game against the Braves. He pitched again in the 8th inning against the Braves. He allowed 0 hits. He did have 1 walk, but he allowed 0 runs with those 0 hits, and he had a strikeout. So he got out of it against a good Braves lineup. and he bounced back. That's what you like to see, especially from players of his caliber. You know they're going to bounce back, but you like to see them take the ball, take the mound right after a tough outing, and just bounce back, clear your head, and move forward from there. Put that all in the past. Another guy, Jordan Romano, the Phillies veteran offseason acquisition. Obviously, he struggled to start 2025, and then he had a ridiculous scoreless streak for like 9 games or so there. But then, unfortunately, also in that A's series, Jordan Romano, he pitched on Friday night to open up that series against the A's. He allowed 3 hits, including a 3-run home run. He allowed a walk. He almost blew that game for the Phillies. They ended up winning that game 4-3, but it was 4-0 when he came in the 9th inning, with the Phillies obviously up 4-0, and he allowed that 3-run home run and the walk and all. They took him out. He only pitched 2/3 of those innings. He only got the 2 outs. He was replaced by Tanner Banks, who got that last out, got the save. So Jordan Romano obviously has been struggling through 2025. Then, like I said, he did really good for a while there. And then yesterday, he bounced back after a tough outing on Friday night against the A's. So, key theme here, bouncing back. That's what good teams do. That's what good players do. The Phillies bounced back from a loss, got a big win. Matt Strahm bounced back from a tough outing, dominant. Jordan Romano bounced back from a tough outing, dominant. Against the Braves, he came in for the 9th inning after Matt Strahm bounced back in his 8th inning. Jordan Romano came in for the save in the 9th inning. He allowed 0 hits, 0 runs, had a strikeout, obviously picked up the save. He threw just 11 pitches, and of those 11 pitches, there were 8 strikes. So he was getting the job done. He was around the strike zone. He was getting batters out. Great to see, like I said. Good bounce back from the Phillies. Good bounce back from 2 of their most important and key relievers this year in 2025. And that's just what happens on a championship caliber team. And a reason why the Phillies are a championship caliber team, other than their offense doing really well as of late, the starting rotation is among the best, if not the best, in Major League Baseball. One of those guys took the mound yesterday, Ranger Suarez. He's been pretty dominant since he's come back from his back injury in 2025. Obviously, his first start of 2025, he struggled a bit, which is why his numbers are actually really good, but they could be even better if it wasn't for that first start. He pitched against the Braves in that series opener. He went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits. He did have 3 walks, a little bit of command issues, but he gutted out those 6 innings. 0 runs, obviously, and he had 8 strikeouts in those 6 innings, plus the win against the Braves. He is now 4-0 with a 2.97 ERA in his first 5 starts of 2025. He has allowed just 3 earned runs in his last 26 and 2/3 innings. So that's incredible by Ranger Suarez. Obviously, he's in a contract year, so the Phillies have a decision to make with his future, but they're going to enjoy his success. Hopefully, he keeps it up in 2025, and the starting rotation carries them to a deep playoff run and hopefully a World Series championship. Like I said, they have an elite starting rotation. Zach Wheeler and Jesus Luzardo are arguably 2 of the best in all of Major League Baseball, and definitely the National League right now in 2025. 2 of the top National League Cy Young candidates. And if Ranger Suarez keeps this up, he'll be right up there with them. Obviously, Christopher Sanchez, we know what he can do. He's a good starter. Aaron Nola's been struggling 2025. He's coming back from an ankle injury. It's hard to imagine him being as bad as he's been before he hit the IL, but who knows? Still, they have deep talent, deep depth in the starting rotation. We obviously saw what Mick Abel did against the Pirates in his Major League debut. Andrew Painter, the top pitching prospect, he's gearing up to come up and make his Major League debut. He's got all the talent in the world. So the Phillies starting rotation is great. It's elite, and they have a lot of talent, both at the Major League level and the minor league level. And that's how you win. Pitching helps you win championships, and the Phillies have it, and they're doing great. So hopefully they keep this up, and like I said, carry them to a deep playoff run and hopefully a World Series championship come October/November. And they need it. Just great all-around stuff, in my opinion. And speaking of the playoffs and World Series and all that, I know it's a long time away. We're only in May. It's about to be June. But yesterday's ball game against the Braves, it felt like a playoff game. I don't know about you guys, but if you're an Eagles fan or if you just know the NFL and rivalries in general, the Phillies-Braves are starting to feel like Eagles-Cowboys kind of rivalry these days. The fans hate each other. The teams don't seem to like each other either. So yesterday's series opener in Citizens Bank Park definitely felt like Red October. It felt like a playoff atmosphere. Obviously, they are division rivals. They don't like each other. They have a history in the playoffs recently. The Phillies eliminated the Braves 2 years in a row in the playoffs. In 2022, first when the Phillies made their World Series run, and then in 2023, again the following year when the Phillies were short of the World Series, deep into the National League Championship Series. Both times the Phillies beat them as a lower seed in the playoffs. So that was good to see. I loved it. But it's just an intense rivalry these days between the Phillies and the Braves. There was a good pitching matchup yesterday between Ranger Suarez and Spencer Strider. So when you get that, plus good teams going at each other, a rivalry, it just is intense matchup. As intense as it gets. The fans were behind it. It felt like a playoff atmosphere. And that's a cool feeling, especially in May, when the playoffs are still a long way away in Major League Baseball. Obviously, the fans were passionate yesterday. They booed the crap out of Spencer Strider in the first inning when he hit superstar Bryce Harper. Maybe there's going to be a retaliation today if there's a game, or tomorrow. The Phillies may hit one of their superstars like Ronald Acuna Jr. I wouldn't be surprised. That's how baseball works. We'll see. And they consistently booed players last night when they come up to bat or whenever their names were announced, such as Ronald Acuna Jr., which is great to see because, that's what sports is about. That's what rivalries are about. You let the players hear it, and it's just an intense playoff atmosphere. I loved it. Obviously, it was also a close game. It was only 1-0 Phillies going into that bottom of the 8th inning before they got an insurance run. The fans did seem to rattle. Like I said, the fans were a big part of yesterday's ballgame. They seemed to rattle the Braves reliever in that bottom half of the 8th inning. He got the first 2 outs, and then all of a sudden he lost command. He allowed 2 straight singles of the Phillies, then he walked Max Kepler to load the bases, and then he walked JT Realmuto to score an insurance run, obviously an RBI walk, to give the Phillies a 2-0 lead. Still bases loaded. Johan Rojas was up. He had some command issues in that at-bat, but he did get Rojas out on a strikeout to end the inning. The Phillies did end up getting that win, 2-0, shutting out the Braves. Great to see against a rival like that, against a Braves team that has been playing better as of late. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Phillies Daily. Hopefully we got a game today. Like I said, it's rainy in the area, but we'll see. If they do win, hopefully they get another, or if they do play, hopefully they get another win to win another series. It'll be great against the Braves. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Phillies content from Mike Kennelly. Again, this is Phillies Daily. Hope you guys all enjoy your day, and go Phils.